Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Raynday Gaming. My name is Raynday, and today we're taking a look at a goddess. Maybe not the newest one, came out a little while ago. I know I am that guy who is just not on his SMITE news game. There's plenty of other channels that are doing that right now. Let me tell you what, let me talk to you for a sec. We're playing Artio gameplay. You already know that. We're going to have a blast. I've really not played Artio before. This is my first game with the god. So we're going to have some fun. I'm trying to go for maybe a little bit more damage than usual, spike things up early on, maybe grab some, Shoes of Focus, get into, I don't know, what, some Void Stone maybe, start getting some pen on early. Anyways, we're going to take a look at this. She's a lot of fun, kind of complicated, but my kind of complicated, if you know what I mean here. So, let me tell you something about SMITE news, guys. I don't know if you know this, but when I first started covering, obviously, I had a lot of SMITE stuff. I gotta say, I don't remember a lot of SMITE news channels doing videos the way that, I used to do them. Now, there's a lot right now. But when they first came out, I mean, one of my first big revelations as a channel was doing SMITE news. It was like, oh my god, if I make a video about something relevant that just happened, a lot more people will watch my videos. And I was like, this changed my entire dynamic for actually creating content, because I said, wow, if I just make sure I'm timely with this and put out the video that's closest to the news being announced, people will want to watch more about it. They'll want to hear my opinion. They'll want to, be invested in it. And it's a really good way. You see in every single game, there's probably several channels that just cover news. And it's cool. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I do that sometimes with Paladins. You see like my Friday videos that drop after the patch notes. That's a news video. But I also know that sometimes my heart isn't in the news. It's not in the update. It's into creating something different, not just saying what happened. Because that can get a little, for a creative guy, can get a little stale sometimes. It's still really fun. And when I'm really hype about something, yeah, like dying to the Thanatos, when I get really hype about that, I definitely want to cover it. But when it's not something that's just like run of the muck, oh, a new skin, and I maybe am just like, I don't really play a character, or I'm not that excited about that skin. I'm just like, yeah, do I really want to do a news video? But when you're a younger channel, it's really good to do, because you can get a lot of views. You get a lot of people who don't usually look at your channel. That's kind of the biggest thing. As a newer channel, you're like, how do I get people to watch me, right? And truly, it's, those are some of the best ways to do it early on. After that early aside, guys, thank you so much for stepping into the dojo, the Raynday dojo. We got a little cripple. We got a little, what is this, enchantment? Life tap? The heck do you call this thing? Entangling vines and a little bit of a life tap going on there. Oh, look at the stun. Holy moly, 4-man stun there in the bear form. And if you haven't seen this before, this is Artio. I guess we should talk a little bit about this champion as I pick up my first kill. Get a little healing as well, and you can see the Chiron says a little bit of a hello smiley face to me. Hello, Chiron. Hello. I could see that you already are going to be targeting me all game with your buddy Thanatos, but it's okay. I love you. I love you anyways, man. It's a good problem to have. I gotta say that's for sure. Especially, maybe not what I have, a new god that I'm trying out, but for sure in life, I think it's cool if you get that respect there. BJ Stinker not giving me any freaking respect. So I guess this gives us a moment of respite to talk about what is Artio's thing. She is a druid. So, World of Warcraft druid, that's where I first played a druid. My buddy had a druid. I had a shaman. And we would just basically duo, run around, kill, like, mobs. And, I mean, I got to a point where I was like, am I really just running around and killing mobs? And is this what I'm doing with like 3 hours of my time? I mean, it felt so good. I don't know how they did it. How did they do it to make you feel like you're doing so much, you're progressing, but all you're doing is killing these AI characters that like are bad. They're just no good fights happen at all, ever. It's just random clicking. I don't know. It's must be therapeutic or something. They hit the jackpot there. But this is a druid. Obviously from the Celtic lore, has nothing to do with any other game or anything like that, but the Celtic lore druid Artio coming in, adding another Celtic god after that Pantheon was added last year, which is really cool. We've seen Kukulkan, I believe is his name, Kukulkan, come through. We've seen the Morgan, which has been really popular, really mainstay in SBL play and just in casual play as well, and those are actually... I haven't played Kukulkan in live, just to let you know where I've been in the SMITE scene, but I have really liked the Morgan. So Artio does seem like another goddess that I'm really going to enjoy. She's a warrior. Actually, she's a guardian, so she's kind of one of those big, kind of staple guardians, kind of staple characters of the Pantheon, whereas you'll see, you'll see Hercules, you'll see Bellona, you'll see, Ymir for Norse. You see some of these different, gods that kind of, you think of a Pantheon and they come to your mind, especially in Smite. I think Artio is going to fulfill that role here for the Celtic Pantheon as well. Basically, she's got a passive called Decompose. And again, I'm reading you guys information that I didn't even know when I started playing this game. So we're going to have, you guys are going to learn a little bit, even though you're going to watch some gameplay of a guy who's having fun, who does well. It's an exciting, fun game. I just didn't have all the details down, stat. So, hopefully getting them down on the line items here. So enemy gods hit by Artio. When she swings her little thing, or her bear claw, whatever abilities she uses, the 1, 2, or 3, it creates this decompose effect, and it decreases their physical and magical protections. This stacks, and look at this damage, the combo, and the lovely dash to get the kill. Go ahead into the entangling vines, trying to get the cripple off of him. Hit him with the number 1, the energy surge, and that looks like a kill. And we have totally dominated this. Artio already causing a mess, causing a stink in the fight, and that's actually what I really love about her. Ooh, get the hot stun while she stands into the Kukulkan. Oh, baby. Spirit in the 9 Winds coming through, and that is a guaranteed kill. You're going to see that combo quite a lot, I would imagine. And I think this is a cool pairing, the Kukulkan, who's paying attention, or the Ra, who's paying attention with the Artio bear stun, because that bear stun gets to about 1.4 seconds, and that's enough time, I think, for those things to fire off and really just secure the kill, especially if you're anticipating that the stun is going to come through. I'm my first Artio game, so I'm a little obvious the way I'm playing, but I'm sure you can mix it up. That's why I kind of like about her. Druid. So like I said, energy surge. That number 1, it's going to hurt them. It's going to heal me. It's going to do about 190 damage, plus 35% of my magical power. Here's the stun though. That's the big one. And here's the number 1 on the other side. When I'm in the Druid form, it's actually just going to be a double down swipe. 170 per swipe. So you're going to get 340 total plus 35% of your magical power, which means that obviously if you want the big damage, you go for the bear form. If you want the heal back in return, you're giving up half the damage to get half of that damage back in healing, essentially. And so that is pretty cool. You're getting 140 of the heal back. Nice ultimate again, and we see our Kukulkan still dominating the realm, dominating the battleground, excuse me. And getting a little stun on the Chiron, forcing him back, knowing the Ra's coming through, gonna land a couple abilities. There's the ultimate, pop the sprint just to give everybody a little bit more pressure. There's the cripple as well. They can't get out of this, no movement skills. Try to get the stun, but Freya whooped me up into the air. I try with my number 1, the energy surge. It does miss, and I'm able to dash out of there with my Druid form. And it does seem the heavy charge will get me out of a heavy bit of misfortune. Oh boy. Luckily, we got out of that. Didn't push the big guy in there, though, but we are up by 34. That's a good sign. So life is good. Starting the sovereignty. I don't have any physical protections yet, so I'm going to grab that. 3, 2, and 7 right now. A lot of my damage, my aspect of this game is really setting up kills. It's supporting the kills. As you talk about the number 2, it's a good kind of segue here. It is like I said, an area of thicket of vines where she cripples enemy gods and also decreases their magical and physical power as long as they're in the area. As you can see, the theme is decreasing physical power with the stacks of any ability, but also this one goes ahead and decreases their physical power big time, and it just makes it a lot more easier for Artio to actually stand there, do this, and not die. Double kill, holy moly, big time ult there from Draxiorpal, and now I'm trying to fight the Chiron by myself, do a decent bit of damage, but run away because I see this is a much more vulnerable target that I can contribute to, trying to get a little bit of damage for it, and I do get some decent gold. Now the Chiron gets taken down himself anyways. So it was a good change. It was a good lineup there. A lot of times in Arena, you will see teammates spread out so far and be on one side of the field, and the other team on the other side of the field fighting 2 different people. If you just collapse, and usually it's the onus of the person who's too far ahead to turn back to try and help out, then you can get an easy kill. A lot of times, I find myself going a little too far here. This heavy charge just gets you. It's so fun. You feel so safe. Charging in as a bear. That is a good feeling. So again, it will give you that number 2. It'll give you a cripple. It'll debuff them by 25%. It'll also buff your protections if you are in the bear form by 50 protections and stun them for 1.4 seconds. As you can see here, get the stun, get the slow. Look at this damage. Oh my goodness gracious. I got the cripple as well, so they can't go anywhere. Nice knockup by the Sylvanas. It means that the Kukulkan is actually going to get away, so I wait a little bit of my time. Don't find the kill, unfortunately. That is really not the best, but now maybe we'll get the Sylvanas here, trying to find the stun. I do get it onto him. Here's the 1-2, trying to finish it. One more attack, not going to do it. Too far away for the energy surge. And the Maul does connect, but it's just not enough. Trying to find the entangling vines? No, that's the life tap. That's what that is. Here's the entangling vines. And we should talk about the life tap right now. What that is basically a kind of like super big win if you end up hitting all 5 ticks of it. And it's also just a guaranteed nice little lifesteal, little pressure sustain item that you could do. Now you can do the 2 and the number 1 together. So you can do that cripple area and the number 3 together. The 2 and the 3 together, but you can't do the 2 and the number 1. You can't do your cripple area and then hit your energy surge or your maul, unfortunately. Your maul will require you to turn into bear form, so yeah, I don't think you can do that. I actually don't think I've tried using my 2 and then switching classes though. So I don't know if you knew that. So that's another thing somebody have to tell me in the chat, in the comments. Let me know if you guys can do that and like use... I know the protections will probably carry over. Like if I use my yell there, I can switch over. I still have the protections, as you can see. But I just don't know if I could do this ability and then switch over and have the cripple while I'm the bear form. That's the one thing I am not sure of. So the life tap, it is 55 damage per hit, which is not a lot, right? But it ticks 5 times. So remember that. 10% of your magical power doesn't scale very well. But again, 55, 60 over 5 times, you're looking at 300 damage there. I mean, that's decent amount. 60 times 5, yeah, 5 times 6, that's 300. So you're going to basically have a decent bit of damage you can apply to a certain target, especially if they're a squishy. That's going to mean a lot more to a 1500, 1800 health, you know, Thanatos or Hunter, right, than somebody like a Sylvanas. So depending on who your target is, that's going to make a bigger chunk. Look at this, diving into the back line. There's the Kukulkan ultimate yet again. Sylvanas knocks up just to disengage, but I got the cripple. Here are the entangling vines, and look at that big win. Both of them rooted. That is a huge deal. They are rooted. They are not stunned. They can still take action. They can shoot back at me, but they are rooted. I hit my T because I'm panicking. Grab the Aegis as well. Trying to heavy charge out of there. Oh my god. Luckily I do. Oh man. That was close. That was close. A little too close for comfort, if I might say so myself. And so the other thing that it does is that it will, like I said, it'll do the damage, but it'll also heal you. 35 per tick. And 10% of your magical power for the 5 ticks. Again, the big key is trying to hit all 5. You could still be knocked up. You're not CC immune, as you saw there. So people can interrupt this and make sure that you don't get that root onto them, which is another really powerful CC. You know, Artio's got a lot of that in her kit. She's got a stun, she's got slow, she's got a root, she's got a cripple. I mean, look at this big stun right here. I dash through all of them, I slow a couple, and it just guarantees they can't move out of the way fast enough before the Kukulkan ultimate is there. He's saving it for the perfect amount of time. Dodge goes up in your ult as well. Tries to grab someone with the chains, but can't quite do it just yet. I've got the stun available, but go for the heavy maul. There's the stun just to guarantee it. The Thanatos goes up in the air, but Chiron finishes off the kill he was looking for, and now he goes down onto a target. I'm trying to find myself over the left-hand side. He sees me coming, decides not to pursue the Raw as he gets away, and I decide to pursue him. A little bit greedy, maybe run into a trap here. Yeah, I get hit by some damage, trying to get out of there as much as I can. Already get silenced out of my number 3, and the life tap ain't tapping any lives. I do allow the sprint to come through, save my Kukulkan, but I am the sacrificial bear, if you may say, in that scenario here. Daji over in the corner fighting the Chiron. What you gonna do, babe? Oh, Chiron. Level up indeed on the new Chiron skin. And looking fabulous, if I might say so myself. Shapeshift. That's the 4. That's what you guys are obviously curious a little bit about. But let me just finish the 3. The heavy charge. The bear slow is 30%. That's quite a bit of a slow. It also does 207 damage plus 50% of your magical power. And that's not bad. I mean, it's not crazy scaling. It's no 80%. It's no 100%, right? But it is 50%, and that's still going to take a decent chunk. So if you build magic, you could have some okay opportunities here. Great sniped there by BJ Stinker. I'm in the back line. I'm assuming we just killed one. Everyone is back there fighting the Sylvanas and the Thanatos, though. And actually, Thanatos finds a kill onto the Daji. I'm here by myself trying to 1v1, thinking that it would turn into us in the advantage. But no, his friend comes to help him out. My friends are all back there dead. Surprised they haven't killed me yet. Almost got the heal off, in fact. That would have been very interesting. The hot laugh. Yeah, they got me there. That was the example of how you go too far and you need to back it on up. Reel it on in, Raynday. Reel it on in. So the shapeshift is the last one that I was mentioning, and this is just where you could press it. It's basically any time you want shapeshift. There's no cooldown on it, essentially, maybe like a second cooldown. But you go between your normal stance and your druid stance. And she's able to do this within abilities, after abilities. There's no real set time. I charge in, trying to get the stun off, let them all collapse, and there's the big stun. There's the ultimate. There's the cripple. The cripple is great because it means they cannot use their movement skill away from the area that they've been stunned. So that just means that they further will have to stand there and only walk out, which just pretty much guarantees KUKULKAN gonna find the kill. Get the kill with the heavy charge there as well. And now I'm getting focused down on this side. Try to heal up. Maybe I'm getting a little bit of the healing grace from the entangling rinds and the life tap, but unfortunately I do get taken down. The Aegis comes through, but it's too early. The Thanatos would have landed on me, but Panther Chameleon grabs 2 kills in that fight. We're still doing well. 98-30, game getting close to ending. And the other passive about her ultimate that I do want to mention, so every time Artio hits at least one enemy with an ability, she gains a stack of invigoration. Now, what that invigoration is, it's its own kind of little stack counter for her ultimate abilities, which give her movement speed and MP5. So that's kind of an interesting aspect of it. You can essentially gain 8 stacks of this invigorate, which is tied to her ultimate. And again, every time she hits one enemy with an ability, you should be gaining, I believe, decompose stacks onto them, and you should be hopefully gaining invigorate stacks onto yourself. And what that means is that it stacks up to 8. And you find yourself having 24% max movement speed, and then you have 80 MP5 at that point in time, which is very, very good, especially in the ability like the number 2 here, the entangling vibes, where you're just moving. I get taken down again by the Thanatos. He slams down on me, but we've got 24 assists, guys. We got 4 kills. We're doing all right, my friends. Our KDA is still looking good. We're setting up so many kills, and our KUKULKAN has to be having a game. Oh, and Kerfield gets the kill onto who else but BJ Stinker to finish off this one. So that's pretty solid. Pretty solid game there. And again, guys, this is my first one with Artio. Rounding things out for today's video, I do want to say that, you know, it's great playing Smite, and there's rarely ever been a game, I don't think there's been a game that could keep my attention for this long. I always come back to it. I always love it. You guys who all, know me, know that I'm a caster for Paladins. A lot of you guys think that that means Hi-Rez owns my channel, or they make up what videos I'm making, which is completely false. And whoever's perpetuated that, there have been people who have perpetuated that in the comments or just in general, and it's just not true, guys. I play the games that I want to play. I do what I want to do on this channel. It's mine to do with as I wish. The key is, though, I know that I work for Paladins. I got a meeting for Paladins right now, so all the time that I played Smite today, it's taking me away from something I'm going to have to go be competent and expert at in the next 20 minutes. And that's why sometimes you'll see me just really lean on Smite, Paladins content when I can, and Smite content when I have the opportunity, a little bit more freedom. Things are a little bit in more of a downtime. Right now, things are heavy. We've got so many things happening in the Paladins side. A lot of fun things for those who play Paladins and play Smite, so you would know about. We got a new patch notes this week, new things to be announced. So there's a lot of exciting stuff, as I said, but it just doesn't mean that Smite is gone. That's another lie that's been perpetuated. I can't ever see myself not playing Smite. I mean, as long as this game is rolling and new gods like this are coming out and new things are changing, Season 5 is upcoming, there's big announcements for esports there, there's new things coming on the way. There's just so much goodness. I could never leave this game, guys. So do not worry. Smite content still coming up and still relevant on the channel. Thank you, guys. Love you so much. And as always, remember to never give up, never stop gaming. And I'll see you all next time.